Hi students, welcome to LTX classes. This is me SPR. Today we're gonna deal with geographical concepts by SPR. For regular updates, kindly stay tuned. And also this is me SPR. Here today, part of the geography concepts, we're gonna learn about surface waves. What are surface waves? I had explained the so-called seismic waves, how they are originated. Now I'm gonna explain what is just a surface wave and how it is so important, whatever the thing that is related to the UPSC. This topic is more relevant with UPSC prelims and mains. Part of the prelims you need to know all the facts that I provide. Part of the mains you need to understand what is this so called wave, and you need to understand how you could explain the so called waves. This is the most important part of the geography and geomorphology concepts, which is highly applicable in your prelims and again GS1 part of your mains. Okay, now let me get into the topic. Surface waves, this is also called as L waves. So you need to remember what is L waves means. That is none other than surface waves, and also these are most destructive waves on the earth. So if you are considering the seismic waves, there are a number of seismic waves. Among them, which is more destructive if they ask, that is your surface waves, and also they also travel along the surface. The name itself proved that they travel along the surface. So they travel along the surfaces. So the surfaces act as the medium, so they travel. And also here you need to know few facts of the so-called surface waves. See here, they are having a long wavelength compared to the other waves. So they have long wavelength. So they have long wavelength compared to the other waves, and they have low frequency. So these are all the questions that will be tricked in your prelims. So here if they ask as per se, which of the waves have longer wavelength, if there is any called source called surface waves, that will be your answer. And also sometimes some moments they ask based on the statement. Even if they ask based on the statements, kindly remember that this longer wavelength so called waves are none other than so called surface waves. And here if you read it in a clear format, so we will understand these are all the features of the so called surface waves. And also you need to understand this waves is also mostly transverse in nature, mostly transverse. So mostly transverse wave, they do have a longitudinal waves. I will explain them in detail, we can understand that. And again you need to understand this is also called as shear waves. So what are shear waves means, it is none other than surface waves. And here where do these surface waves start? You know the surface waves occur on the surface of the earth, but here the question is where do it initially start, where we can experience the surface waves at first instant. Okay, for this I need to explain you in detail the image which I had explained in a last previous concept session. See here, this part here where the disturbance arises, this red color part is called as the focus. After the disturbances occurred interior of the earth in the focus, there is the start of the waves called as body waves. What is it? Body waves start at a point called focus. So they are P and S. So P and S waves, this is body waves. They start at a point called focus. Until unless, these are all the part of the interior of the earth. So until unless they travel inside the earth, they stay interior of the earth, there is none other than body waves. But where do we experience the so-called surface waves at first instant? Where do they start? See here, straight above the perpendicular point above the focus is none other than this point. This is called as for us epicenter. What is it? It is epicenter. The same thing, epicenter is the place where first experience. So we experience first experience of the surface wave. What is it? Surface wave is found that. So now we can easily say that, so surface waves start from, so surface waves begin from a point called epicenter. This was the question already asked in UPSC. So this part is more sensitive because this has been already asked in UPSC, and this surface wave first experienced in a part called epicenter, and from here it starts. And also surface wave, while initially experienced in the epicenter, from there it travel in all directions. So this will be traveling in all directions. So we can see that this will be traveling in all direction, but with distance. So it travels in all direction, but you need to remember one thing, with a distance, which means when we are moving away from the epicenter. Now one word you need to understand, this surface waves have high intensity, high destruction capability, high damage is caused close to the epicenter. So you can remember the seismic waves, which is surface waves, which creates high amount of destruction, is along which place? It is at the epicenter. So here you will be clear from this point of view. Now they move in all direction, so here it has high impact. So after going to the distance, it will slowly fade out. So with distance it fade out. So what happens, it fade out with a distance. So here from longer distance from the so called epicenter, the wave will be slowly reduced and it will be distracted. So this is what we need to understand. We know it moves in all directions. And also one important thing, these are all the most destructive waves. So among the all waves, this is the most destructive form of waves, earthquake waves. And next, see here, one of the thing we must remember, very important, which is this is the slowest wave too. So when you are comparing to the other waves, surface waves are so slowest waves. So here, so comparing to the all other seismic waves, these are slowest. How can you say this slowest, sir? Here these are all the last to be reported in the seismograph. So here we know we measure the so called seismic waves through the seismograph. So in the seismograph, last received, so last reported. So for the class 1 who reports last attendance, we know him, no? Similarly, the last one to reach, but he is the one who creates havoc. So this is the one creates high damage on the surface of the earth. Next, see here, now there are two types of waves in the so called surface waves. One is love waves, other is Rayleigh waves. So other is Rayleigh waves. So we will be understanding in this session further in detail what is this Rayleigh wave and what is this love wave, why are they named so, what is the importance among them, and also comparative analysis, which you cannot find in any online sources. I will be providing you the comparative analysis of the so called Rayleigh wave and love waves. Before going into the comparative analysis, students, kindly we can visit the image and understand. Okay, this is what creates a pictorial memory in your mind. Okay, students, see it clearly. Love waves, both the wave propagate in the same direction. See here, this also move in this direction, this two move in the same directions. So both of them move in the same directions. And here love waves, the propagation is in one direction, but the wave movement, so here this is in a zigzag direction. So here love waves move in a zigzag direction, like a drunkard driving a car, he will be driving left right left right left right. Like you can see recent days in a trending in a TikTok also, so many kids those who are riding this Dio, some bikes, scooters, they just, and also that heavy engined bikes, they just bend over. Okay, they bend over and ride like this. So zigzag they will be riding. So like that, this love waves will be riding zigzag, so that to called as a side by side. And next here Rayleigh waves will be moving like a wave. they move like a wave in the water. So here they roll, the particles inside it will be rolling over each other. So if they are rolling over each other, if they are rolling, then it is also can be called as rolling waves. So you would have understood image based understanding of the wave. So here you can see here a love waves, a zigzag directions, how they are randomly moving, and but the propagation happens in a straight direction. Here this is also same thing, but one thing you need to understand in clear here. See guys, so this wave, what we call this love waves, LL, remember this, it is LL. This is a longitudinal waves. Longitudinal waves. What is longitudinal waves? The propagation in the same direction, but the wave movement will be side by side, opposite to the propagation of the movement, that is longitudinal waves. And then you can see Rayleigh waves. This is also called as the transverse waves. Transverse waves means what? The wave moment and the everything is along the direction of the propagation. What is it? It is same in the direction of the propagation. Okay, now you had a clarity about image based clarity about what is love waves and Rayleigh waves. Hope we are safe in understanding. Okay guys, some come over here. When compared to the body waves, when you are comparing to the body waves, so if you take body waves, this is slower, so love waves is slower. Okay, now love wave is slower. So now we know that comparatively, whatever the, not only love waves, surface waves, everything is slower than the body waves. But when we are comparing to each other, now I am comparing to the love wave and Rayleigh wave, both comparative analysis. So love waves are fastest among the surface waves. So if you know clear, so if you are comparing the two waves, fastest among them is love waves, and Rayleigh waves is comparatively slower to the love waves. Okay, now you are clear. And also here, how do they move? They move in a side by side direction. This love waves move in a side by side direction. I had shown you in clear. But how do the Rayleigh waves move? They move in up and down. So they move in up and down, as similar to the how you travel in a boat. If you are traveling in a boat in the ocean, you will be high and low, high and low, high and low. You'll be jumping and moving. So this is what we call as up and down movement. And who invented, why the love waves have been named as love waves? First instance of love waves has been invented or started by A.E.H. Love. He is the person one who had proved the existence of the love wave, so we named it as love waves. Same way, this Rayleigh waves was invented by Lord Rayleigh. Who is the one person? The person is Lord Rayleigh, so we named it as Rayleigh waves. And here this Rayleigh waves is also called as rolling waves. What is it? Rolling wave. Here what we call as so-called love waves, it is zigzag. What is it? Zigzag waves. It is moving in a zigzag direction, so we call it as zigzag waves. And also here these waves move along the crust, so they are both the waves move along the crust of the earth, and this is moving in a horizontal direction. This movement is in a horizontal direction, or horizontal motion can be found in these waves. And also here these waves are highly damaging, guys. Comparatively these are highly damaging, and also you can think that this will highly damage the basement. Okay, basement of the building or foundation of the buildings are all completely shaken out by the so-called love waves. Such a great impact can be created by the waves. And also here you can see the about Rayleigh waves, they are flowing like a ripple in the water. They are flowing like a ripple in the water, like waves. Okay, like waves, water, you know, the waves. In the same way, in the format of waves, they flow beautifully. And among the waves, which is the larger wave, so if you are comparing larger wave among the all other waves, that is none other than a Rayleigh wave. This keeps on shaking the earth. So this will shake the earth. So shake completely. So shake the earth. So this moves in a same direction. So this is what we understand about the so-called Rayleigh waves and the what we call as love waves. This is what we had learned to the comparative analysis of the love waves and Rayleigh waves. So overall we had understood what is the surface waves, how they are started, and the generations and the details, everything. We had a concept clarity about the surface waves. So similar concepts, if you need much more initiatives, kindly don't forget to comment. So every word of your comment will be noted. So your comments are the positivating motivating factor to teach you more content efficiently. Even the data collected has takes and will take a much more time, but we are providing a quality content for you to the UPSC standards without compromising at any level. Okay guys, this is me SPR signing off. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.